And the kind of premise of this show is that I'm going to cook for people. We're going to talk about the food, talk about them, and have a good time. I got a co-host joining me tonight. Send it over to my co-host Zion Bowen.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Hi.
And our lovely guests for this evening are the illustrious Brad Golby, and we have Sam Lundstedt, two of the local comics finest here in Vegas, to join us here for some burgers. So, I'm sharing with everybody tonight for the first time my signature burger recipe. This is something that I've had for a while. Zion can attest to this. And so it is going to be here live for the first time. I've never shared this with anyone outside of my, house. My mom and dad don't even know this recipe, so I love you guys. But let me go ahead. I'm going to grab our first ingredient showcase for the night, and we're going to start talking about the recipe. Alrighty. So obviously, for a burger, you're going to need some ground beef. And this is why I had you gentlemen wash your hands, because I do burgers a little differently. I need to get one more piece here. Or, well, it's like 3 pieces.
Feel free to talk at any point, you fucking weirdos.
Is this
Pretend I'm not here.
is this being filmed?
Is this being filmed?
Well, because I was like,
What do you think was in that contract?
I was in hair and makeup for over an hour or something.
It's because Brad was taking a nap.
Well, that's because I roll out of bed sexy looking.
Alright. So, my burgers differ from everyone else's in the fact that most people season a burger from the outside. They make a patty, they put seasoning on it, and they grill it. But a lot of the seasonings you're using in your kitchen, like granulated garlic, granulated onion, they're dehydrated, so they need moisture to reconstitute and release flavor. So by mixing them into the burger, you season the burger throughout, you give it moisture so it gets time to reconstitute, and it makes the ingredients express themselves better.
Oh shit.
So I also built this like a meatloaf. You'll notice there's eggs and breadcrumbs.
Right.
This. Do you know how much I love you guys with the price of these fucking things right now?
Yeah, I know. It was like,
3 whole eggs.
Those look like a farm.
$45 right there.
neighborhood pitched in.
So we have the seasoning blend. I'm going to give you guys a recipe here for a 1 pound batch of this, but we're making a 3 pound batch. So this is going to look like a lot more than you're going to be using if you make this on your own. But the seasoning blend is 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/4 teaspoons of granulated garlic, a 1/4 teaspoon of granulated onion, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to get that all in there. We're going to mix that in a little bit.
Did you say paprika?
Yes. And then we're really going to punch up the flavor. This is, for the 1 pound recipe, it would be 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. And
Oh, Worcestershire.
yes, and then
Soy sauce.
soy sauce, 100%.
Oh, I nailed it.
Low sodium soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of that as well.
Okay.
And so the reason that the breadcrumbs kind of come in here is we're adding all this liquid, so we got to balance it out. So this is going to suck that up, and it's as we mix everything in, it's going to take on all the moisture from the sauce, and these eggs we're going to add in, and the eggs are going to add nice binding agent.
Oh, nice.
Oh no,
Getting a
some
key
shit.
ingredient, chef.
That's grade A.
That's for service.
Okay.
That doesn't go in the burger, not unless you're doing animal style.
Jesse, did you put that soy sauce in a ramekin? Is
Yes.
that the correct term?
Yeah, they're little serving dishes I have.
You know the name of the serving dishes?
I know my way around a meal.
I was like, okay.
All right.
I was gonna say he went to cooking school. You look like you dropped out of it. You were like
Yeah.
as soon as you knew how to make a
Funny
toaster
thing, I dropped out of culinary school and then just worked for 14 years in the industry.
Well, as long as you washed your hands before you did it, because I don't know if this guy wants to get down with the sickness. You know?
Yeah.
So you're gonna massage everything together.
Wow.
Really get in there and blend it around. That's a view. This is
It does look better. It's all coming together. At first I was like, boy, It's not how Mom used to make, but Mom was on Somas, so this is definitely a lot more love and care in it.
So this just really works it throughout there. So all right, guys, your turn. Go ahead. Get your fingers in there. Mash it around. We get this meal made by everybody. Then it has love and maybe an infection.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to hold hands in the hamburger
I'll be honest
bowl?
with you. Usually I don't use a lot of latex. You know what I mean?
I always do when I'm going into strange meat. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be good. This is cool. This is what's up.
Jesse, I'm weird. I prefer to get massaged, not massage. You know what I mean?
You've never massaged another man's meat before?
Never.
At least you're doing it together. It makes it less
For the
weird.
first time live on YouTube.
Yeah. If you tell on me, I'll tell on you.
So is this going to be posted on YouTube?
We're currently live on YouTube
And what
right
I
now.
think we could do, honestly, you guys, is if we do this the right way, we could sell this to PBS.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Peanut butter.
I'm pretty sure they're a public broadcasting service, so I don't know if they buy things, but
But we could get on PBS. That's a credit.
I just dropped
You know,
that burger on
as long as we could.
if we try hard enough, maybe.
There we go.
Jesse, it's feeling pretty moist.
Okay, I think we're pretty good and worked.
Emulsified. Rocking and rolling.
Will we be putting our gloves on the baking
It's like
sheet?
college.
Leave your gloves on.
All right.
Because now we're gonna make the burgers.
Oh.
So I'm gonna.
Like skinny ones?
So we're gonna be aiming for about a half pound here. I'll grab a handful and I'll show you about what that looks like.
Okay. Hockey punks. You can you can guess like about a half pound in your hand.
Yeah, my dad was a butcher, so
What else are you selling out of this place?
this is about a half pound. You want to end up with nice grandma's nice Nona's nice meatball right there.
Okay.
And then we're gonna just pat it out.
It's like a Michael McDonald song.
That's pretty cool, man. My dad was a butcher.
It was convenient.
It's almost like it built to this. Try to make sure you keep it over the bowl. We don't want to. You're gonna eat off this table.
I don't want to eat beef tartare.
That's a good one.
I love beef tartare. Oh, that's beautiful, Sam. Oh yeah, that looks better than mine. A little thicker, but
Thank you.
I need to fucking
This one. How many guys we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to make 5 burgers.
yes.
Good
was
job,
it, like-
Sam.
Somebody invited to play Play-Doh. Somebody invited me to play Play-Doh with them, and it's really showing right now.
So the all right.
We got this. Don't worry.
This is
See
5 right here.
Brad's
We'll have a little
fun.
left over, so I can make a.
Make one for the pup.
Oh God, this is 500% of her daily calorie intake. She's less than 5 pounds.
She will die.
She will die.
I always feed my dog the right way.
All right.
Yeah.
She had a rotisserie chicken.
All right, we got a little left over. If anybody wants a second burger after we get done filming, I'll cook it up for you.
Oh, yes, sir.
Otherwise, I'll make some spaghetti or something out of this tomorrow.
Rub your face.
Oh yeah.
He's
Do we want to leave the meat gloves on them, or actually go be
I wanna
nice
just-
and get them
Just
a
grab
trash can?
the garbage can.
Or a Smith's.
You're like, surprise! Welcome to the kitchen challenge. Now you have to write an essay with meat gloves.
There's like thunderbolts and fire and shit.
Now play Jenga. This is like Squid Game season 3. What is happening right now?
Yeah, graphics. That'd be cool. Just add the graphics in post, you know?
I believe he's grabbing the can.
There we go.
I had to grab the whole can because I thought there was going to be like a shopping bag under the sink.
Jesse, is this 80-20?
Yes, this is 80-20.
There we go. Good man. Some people get 90-10. I call them communists.
Mongrel.
Yeah. Get out of here with that.
No,
Got it.
fat is flavor.
Exactly. That's what I always tell people.
Let me go put this back.
My doctor's always just like,
No,
yeah, he's
the
like,
clock's ticking.
how much granulated stuff did you mix into it? It's like, listen, it's flavor, dog, flavor.
I mean, we're really hitting the
Yeah,
event
like-
right. Is the food gonna kill me before society collapses? So eat what you want.
Exactly. Not with the way we're living. I'm gonna live forever. Forever.
I'm gonna get the grill fired up,
Forever.
and another one I'll showcase here. You don't have to do anything to this one, but I want to show off. I did buy nice bacon for you.
Okay, that's like straight pork belly.
Thick.
That's thick. That is thick cut.
Yeah, 2 C's.
That's Canadian bacon all day. His dad was a butcher. He knows.
He knows,
his way
he
around
knows
meat.
where to get the stuff.
Oh my god.
I can just use half the grill here. I don't need the full thing. We got enough size. All right, I'm gonna get the food on the grill here in a second once this gets nice and warm. In the meantime, let's hang out with our guests.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Alrighty, so we got Sam Lundstedt and Brad Golby here. Let's start with Sam. Tell us about Sam. Who is Sam Lundstedt and why should these people care? Tell us, quick, go.
It's a very, very good question. I've been eating for a very long time. I started out with Gerber, baby food, and for the most part, somebody asked me, "Hey, you want to come do a show about cooking, and eating?" And I said, I'll work for pasta.
That is factually accurate. I did see that message.
Yeah, no, and it's pretty much it. You want more? Stretch it.
Do you have a personality by any chance?
Yeah. They said be funny on this thing, and I was gonna bring like some cucumber sandwiches, but that fell through. So it was gonna be weird. Yeah, nothing. I played rugby for a little bit,
Oh yeah.
for about like 9 days, and it was hard. I was running into these big guys, and I was like, no way, man, I might as well rather try to tell jokes. And I've been doing that for a little. I do bar shows around town, and every once in a while I get a chance to guest host a spot, and that's what I like to do, man. And date and just working, eating. I go to a lot of restaurants as well.
I feel like you're the foodie everyman.
I can get into food, man. I can get into food. I'll tell you, I like it all. Vegetables, meat, pork. I ate pork one time, Jesse. I tell you this. I ate pork 3 times in one day, and people are like, that's too much. It was a sausage egg McMuffin from McDonald's, and then carnitas fries. Carnitas.
Yes,
because,
carnitas is fantastic.
And then when I went home at night, my son was like, "Hey, let's have ribs." So that's 3 porks in one day.
Right.
I like it all. I'll eat it all. Anything that you make, I'll eat.
Okay, we got ourselves a reliable guest willing to return. It sounds like it.
Yes.
Let's jump over to Brad.
Yeah.
Who is Brad Golby, and why should these people care?
I don't know. What's it called? I'm 30-year-old dude with long hair. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Do you guys have alcohol, by the way?
I wish.
You don't have any beer? See, I was gonna ask that on my way over if I should bring beer. We could have put duct tape on the labels. It would have been fine. Anyway, not a recovering alcoholic.
He's in withdrawal now.
Yeah. I was like, I 30 years old. I live in Vegas. I'm a Las Vegas comic. I've been doing it for like 6 years. Other than that, maintenance man. I'm an engineer, actually. Well, that's what the job title is, because I have to run my own projects and order my own materials and do all my own stuff. I don't just do the job. I have to handle it all by myself at a veterinary clinic. I'm the guy that makes sure the place don't fall apart. I was about to cuss right there. I'm learning. Thanks.
Progress.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you set down the PBR, God willing, you're back in Sunday school. Okay, anyway. We'll cut that. I'm the maintenance man. engineer. I've got a wonderful girlfriend that I've been with for 5 years. She's got 2 children, so I've got 2 stepkids, both girls, both teenagers. So for sale. Not that way. Just take the whole person. Like they say, they say in Las Vegas, the trafficking happens a lot, and I'm just trying to, like a stray cat. I'm just trying to get them into a good home because they're driving me crazy. At this point, you have kids, right?
Yeah, I do, and kids are hard, man. They give you a run for their money, man. They're
Do you have girls?
I have a son that's 20 and a daughter that's 16, and my daughter is
Yeah.
very, very, very smart. I've always said she's the smartest in the house. She's smart.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you hit her?
No, her. To be honest with you, I had about 4 child protective service cases on me. They all, what everybody
Without even hitting her?
Everybody in comedy goes, Sam's good. Sam's a great dad. He's a great father because they see me like at a pool with the children.
Yeah.
And it was none of it got substantiated. All of it were lies. Stuff happens in life, so that curtailed how I parent. And it was good because there's these people that parent like the only way to raise a kid is if you whoop them.
True.
Well, if you've been in trouble with CPS 4 times, it's like, hey man, me and you were just kind of hanging around.
Right.
And that kind of made it fun. It kind of made it fun and better. Like there's a different, they don't give you a handbook.
No, that's fair.
so
That's
it's just
true.
like,
I'm not saying. I mean, we did go down a rabbit. I'm not saying this like we hit our dog.
I know. Yeah.
I was just saying. I was like, she sounds very well behaved. So I'm like, what's the secret, Sam? Is it in the back of the hand? It's not. Apparently, it's taking your time with your children. So I'll figure out how to do that probably before 1 or 2 of them leaves the house.
Brad, I want to tell you, there's this way that I raise kids. Use it if you like. This is how I do it. It's kind of cool. You might know a little bit more about engineering than I do, or shooting guns.
Cool.
But like they had this gun.
Is it because of how I look?
Yeah. They had this gun where you shoot it and the bullet goes real bam, 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 and then it comes out straight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like my whole method of raising kids. Like they can be wild, crazy, and be like, holy shit, everything came out perfect. And that shit's been kind of working. It's been working. Like it'll blow your mind.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good
That's a
idea.
way.
I mean that's a good point. Well, how old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
I've just turned 30 and one of them's 17. So I was like, it's hard to I'm just like.
It's
I
like
remember
on one
getting my
hand,
first
I was
car.
there before, but also like
You still have to listen to me.
like it's a little too late, but it's also not. Like I get that. I get that. That is like a place to be in. Jesus.
But I'm learning. Apparently, there's a good way to do it, Sam. And
It works itself out.
It's all
Yeah,
about talking and connecting.
there we go. Also, I like to play video games. I was like pivoting away from children. Like I said, good price. I hit my affiliate link on Wayfair.
Anything but Wayfair.
Other than that, I was like, what is interesting about me? I don't know. I like to take things upon myself to learn stuff. Like out of nowhere, I saw that there was a sale on Amazon for $99. I bought a welder.
Why not?
Regular tweaker shit, but I don't. I don't.
Pick
I
up
don't
something
do drugs.
new.
Right. It was like
Right.
instead of
New
doing
hobby.
drugs, I learned how to weld. It turns out it's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
So the people with the big scruffy beards and the pot bellies who walk around and be like, you need to respect me and my wide knuckles because of the trade that I threw my life away from. You should respect me for getting up at 3 a.m. every day. It's like I don't. For $99, I can do what you do.
Right.
It worked out pretty well. It's not as clean, but it melds the weld together. Meld the weld. That's gonna be my new tramp stamp. Meld the weld. I was like, shoot. What?
Zion, ask questions. They're
So,
suffering.
I mean, like, yeah. So far, we've just been.
They're both
kinda,
two
like,
idiot comedians. What do you want to know about comedians?
Zion, I gotta ask you this. On your ring, on that, is that tell me a little bit about your ring.
Oh, it's a ring that I ended up getting from like my dad. It's got the Queen on it. Funny enough, it was a gift.
Which one?
The Queen Elizabeth.
Oh.
It was a gift that he gave me after she died because we're Jamaicans and British colony, and so he kind of hated her, and so he was like, you know what? Why not? Here you go. Here's just a golden ring, and I was like, you know what? Thanks.
It's nice. You wear it well, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
And yeah, for the most part, I'm just kind of going with the flow. Like the vibe is really fine, and the chemistry is fun. We're just all talking, and I feel like it's nice to just be able to like have that atmosphere in the room. Does that make sense? Where we're just.
Well, I'm glad you like it because it's going to be going for a little while longer. The grill didn't light properly. We're live, baby.
We're live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, so I was just like, man, why isn't my bacon sizzling yet? This is wrong. This is wrong.
strange.
And then I squatted down. I was like, well, only one of these bitches is lit. Fuck.
But I guess if I should ask, like, do you guys have history together? How did you guys meet? If you guys have met before.
Oh yeah, I met Sam Lundstead about 5.5, 6 years ago at your coffee shop open mic at the Grouchy Jones.
Yeah.
That was when I had to that was where I used to get practice to do cleaner sets. And you used to hate how much I towed the line. Like I used to toe the line so hard. There's a good picture of me that's still on my Facebook profile in my old wool pullover that I got from Ross. It was like $5. I was just staying out of my car. I was like, this is amazing. Shoes. I walked out of there with an outfit for $25. And it's me in that pullover. I'm holding a cup of coffee and I'm pointing like this at a wall of painting. And I remember that set explaining to the mothers in the crowd that I've got PCP in my cup. I was just going around with the cup and just pointing out the walls and the art. And I was riffing, but keeping it clean and practicing. And you're always like,
No, I love it. I absolutely love partying with the wildest, craziest comics in the scene, and so many people in comedy they do this. Me and Ryan were talking before. So sometimes what comics will do is they'll go to the dopest, firest comics that are climbing, and that's cool. I did that for about a year. That's fun. About 9 of them quit, and you do this thing where it's like I did something different where I started going towards like the most wild, craziest comics that are out there, and it makes it more fun. It makes it more rewarding if you do it that way, because the wilder, the better, the crazier stuff. Like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm fucking friends with that guy, and there's been some stories, man. There's been some stories about it. Brad, I owe you an apology, and I'm gonna do it here on this camera. No, this is what happened. Me and Brad were on a show together recent at the Rumble.
oh yeah.
And I feel like the behind the scenes of it is it was a Rumble, and we're supposed to do a minute new, a minute clean, a minute here. You go on stage about 9 times. It's a strange deal. But the thing is you had to come up with a brand new, fresh minute from the start. And Brad followed the rules and did that, and everything I did, I have been doing for quite some time, for 7 years. So, and I told Cassie after the boss of the thing of the comedy club, fuck, I feel bad because I did all my shit was there and she goes, Sam, everybody was laughing, so it's okay. But I felt like I wronged you because it was like this. Hey, comics think like this. Hey, did you hear what Sam did? It was supposed to be a free, clean new minute, and I fucked around and Trish did what worked, and I was like, but fucking if Brad was supposed to fucking advance, then I fucked you over on that deal, and I was like, I just didn't want to really, because it makes it weird, and that kind of stuff, and you think about that kind of stuff for a year of your life,
Like months ago. Damn, I can't believe I fucked him over.
I should have mailed you something or got you a bottle of wine. Yeah, something like that. So
Don't worry about that. What's called, dude, I don't know how many times I have to go to comedy competition shows like that one. I've been there like 4 times, and every time I go there and stuff, I seem like I'm always on the back patio talking with a comic, like shaking them, being like, the competition isn't between us. It's the comics versus the audience. As long as they had fun, dude. You know how close it was between me and you. You could barely hear. It was deafening. That means they had a good time. I got to get drunk and hang out and smoke cigarettes and just go.
And
Life's
that's
great.
And that's the only way to go through it. That's
Yeah,
the
dude,
only way to go
we
through it.
won. It's us versus them. It's not us versus each other while they
Exactly.
watch.
It's a community effort.
Yeah.
And so many people are out there just being like, that was bullshit. I'm like, who cares, bro?
The thing is, if
Right.
you listen to comics over time, is what they sound like is like there's like 50 things wrong with comedy and like 4 things that are fun about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, let's just only, after you've been doing it for a while, I am only doing the fucking fun shit only.
Yeah.
And then leave and like, and then that's it. And
Right.
Ryan asked me, he
thinking
said,
about
you want to
it,
be on
that's
a, you want to be on a cooking comedy show? And it's a one-off.
Right.
I said, I will fucking be there and I'll do it. And then I will go do something else. But to do it like 52 weeks in a row,
Right.
3 hours, I'm like, fuck, Jesse, I love the burgers, but Jesus, make
Right.
it a salad. No. Can you throw a sweet potato and fries? I don't know, but no, it's just like, for me, what I like to do is one-offs. Hey, I did it, and then I fucking did it, and that's that.
Right.
But I like the room. I like.
You can go
always,
back as a feature though. I did that. I went back as a feature. I had a good
She
set.
put me on it 4 times because a lot of the people are like newer, and it's just like, no, just try to put so much pressure on yourself and fucking destroy as hard as you can, and if it comes out like 70% okay,
Right.
then you'll be okay. You'll
That's
be
fair.
all right, and that's just how I do it. But your room that you run is freaking. I've been to it before you were running it,
Yeah.
but that place, Ryan, felt like Hard Hat, where it was just like tight and small and like a pirate ship, and other comics go, dude, it's a party, Mike. I'm like, to have it so small and so tight, like a fucking punk rock show.
Yeah.
You guys got to go to Huntridge.
It's the Huntridge every Monday night at 10.
Is it one of those ones where it's every single Monday or every other week?
Every single Monday. Yeah.
Is it always fun every single time?
Yeah. I mean, usually sometimes it'll take 30 minutes for people to like show up and stuff like that. Sometimes we'll start late because of stupid things like that. But when people show up, they show up. And it is so tight to where we have the speakers set up to where if people are talking at the bar or being annoying or anything like that, you could literally lean over at them and talk over them until they pay attention to you.
Mhm.
It was really hard to calm an entire crowd though, because one lady got so drunk she just took her dress off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just the whole dress came off, and my producer was running around like a chicken with her head cut off, being like, "Put your goddamn clothes back on" and stuff. And she was just. I'm sitting there trying to talk to the crowd. We have a whole backdrop, so I step forward to talk to the crowd and get them going, and they go crazy, and I'm not saying really anything. I'm like, what's going on? I look at my producer, and she's like, she's twerking behind you, and I turn around to a dress pulled all the way up and just going, and I'm like, oh god, I couldn't get the crowd back. I eventually wrangled them back in, but yeah, we have a fun time. It's a fun
Dude,
punk rock dive bar comedy show.
I gotta get over there. I
Yeah.
gotta get over there.
It's fun.
When newer comics start comedy and they message me or call me or tell me, you don't even know, somebody got punched out or a just game or something happened while, I'm like, whoa, those kind of things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right.
That's gonna happen.
Get
Anywhere
exposed.
you go.
But if you keep coming back to it, it's just like you'll hear a lot of wild, crazy, weird, good, fun stories.
Yeah.
Right.
And we all know there's those nights where it's like nothing happened. Like what was it? Wasn't it? It was you. Because it's like where I started comedy in the dive bar on Maryland Flamingo a long time ago. And there are always stories about places where it's like, it's wild and crazy. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You're literally gonna capture lightning in a bottle. And then there's more often than not, there's a lot of times where we're just hanging out being like, nothing's happening. But it was you that had that clip from a long time ago that I think was filmed by you, Ryan, where a drunk guy tried to walk up on stage and just ate total crap. How would that story go?
I was doing some improv, and there was a lot of improv people there, and the guy was wanting to climb up on stage, and none of my friends could see his face, but he was trying to climb up on stage, and he was fucked up, and he was drunk, and he grabbed a speaker and fell back, and 3 of my friends came up, and they were like, Sam, we were ready to go fight that guy for you, and I was like, that, and I just kept going with my set. And then Ryan took a clip of it, and all the improv people were smoking cigarettes out front. They said, "Hey, I heard you threw a guy off stage the other night at the dive bar." Well, it didn't happen like that, but just keep telling your friends that's how it went down.
Right.
Sam got acknowledged
stuff
by
like-
the hipsters.
Hold up. Stop recording. All right, there we go.
All right.
That was a good group of. That was a really good group of people because there's a couple different groups and stuff in comedy, and like the improv guys, they're like, "Hey, let's all get some money together and go to California and go to an Angels game."
Mhm.
Comics are like, "Hey man, do you have a cigarette I can borrow?" So it's different.
How
but
are you gonna give it back?
They
So it's-
never do.
Yeah.
They
But,
never do. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, seriously.
That was a fun night. Alex was running that room, and he's still going. It's still going that room. It's I think the longest in Vegas. It's been going over 10 years.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. Huh.
Yeah,
It's a really
nice.
fun place, yeah. I mean, I remember one time where the strippers like to come into that bar after their shifts and shit.
Like, you know what? Let's get some live comedy.
It's
in,
fun,
like,
yeah.
a
They're like, let's go check it out. And they're usually in like their cocktail dresses and like stuff like that. And they'll come to the dive bar when they're like ready for Fremont Street, it almost looks like. And one time they showed up at the bar and I was at a table in front of the bar in between, the stage was beyond. And a guy who was watching a bar comedy show with me turned 100% around with his back to the stage to look at all these strippers, and he tried to lean back on a table to look cool, and then he just completely slipped off the table and smacked his head on a bar stool.
Oh,
And
no.
And he was like, I'm okay. And he puts his hat on, and it's really dark in the dive bar. And so he goes and sits back down, and they're like, you're not okay. You just put your hat on over a busted head wound. The dude started bleeding down his
Because
shoulders.
he hit his head on the bar.
Because he was
Jesus
shit-faced and
Christ.
wanted to look at strippers. But it's literally like facing the opposite direction in a movie theater.
Oh
How
my
like
God.
awkward it is to be like, what are you doing, bro?
Right, like the show's going on and you're like looking
The
this
only
way,
one
bro.
facing that way.
That's strange.
Trying to look like the Fonz too, just like, eee.
Right.
There was two really cool things that happened at the dive bar. One time, we get lots of different comics that travel from all over the world that do it. And this guy had one leg, and he took off his leg, his prosthetic leg, and then another comedian like took a drink out of it, and he's like, "Dude, that beer tasted nasty." I'm like, "It was out of a prosthetic,
Like,
And then another time, this lady came in, and she had, when Randall was running it, this lady came in, and she had she was escaped from a mental institution, and she had a gown on, no clothes underneath, just naked. And they let you do whatever you want at the dive bar, but the bartender went, "Okay, ma'am, this is over the top, and you're gonna have to leave. We cannot have you here."
right.
And Randall was funny. He made a joke about it because she was just like, "You guys are doing me wrong," and it's like, no, in this situation, she does have to go. But like that kind of stuff happens where it's like,
So you leave
People
skid
just-
marks on the stools.
yeah,
Right.
People just talk about it, and it's like, yeah, no, it really went down. A friend of mine's son wanted to get into comedy, and he goes, "Hey, he wants to do comedy because comedy's fun." And I said, "Listen."
So you blew coke in his face. He's like, welcome to the biz.
I'm hanging out with some really gnarly dudes till very, very late at night. He can try it for like a couple times, 3 or 4 times, but it's some real bad dudes around it. And that's coming from me. You know my stories. So if he wants to try it, but have a regular, normal life. Do your set and then go back home to your regular, normal life. Don't fall deep into it, or it's. But if you do fall really deep into it, you get funny, man. You get real funny.
Right.
After
right.
4 nights of doing it, you can start. Everything that comes out of your mouth is good. Yeah.
You start picking it up. I get that.
Ryan Bourassa, do you mind if I tell this story real quick? He goes, this is kind of cool. I never told you this, but I did comedy 17 times, and my friends were doing it, and I was like, "Oh, these guys got some cool stories." All my stories are like had to be there kind of stories. I'm like, "You should have saw the look on my grandma's face." And it's like, "Well, we didn't, so you have to explain it to us." And I went to Motor City, which Randall was running, and he goes, and my 17th time doing it, I destroyed up there, and I went to Ryan and I said, "Fuck yeah, dude, I'm over the hump. I'll always be funny." And the next 15 times I did comedy, it sucked. And he's like, oh, Sam, just to let you know, that's going to be like that your entire career. And I was like, oh, fuck. But I thought, oh, hey, I'm funny now. I did it. And then it's like, all my sets are going to be this good. And then
you jinx yourself.
and like 30% of them were good. So that's what kind of a long road it is if you do it.
Right. So I guess another question I'd ask is, what inspired you guys to pick up comedy?
How'd you go?
Oh, adventure. To be honest, I've always been interested in like fantastical Hemingway-esque RPG fantasy, like adventure. There's nothing in life anymore that I saw when I was young that could give me like adventure. I looked around and I looked at all the people from the town that I grew up in, Mesquite, Nevada. And I was like, this is a death pit. And all the people in here, the only thing they have to look forward to is work for their family and reproduce. And I was like, I don't want to be stuck.
This is miserable.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be stuck with all these losers, man. They're all losers. And then a lot of them will like, they'll do what a lot of, well, regardless. I didn't want to be a loser like a lot of them. And I was like, I want to see more of the United States, but I want to do it on my terms and stuff. I want to just see more shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found comedy, and I was like, that's a traveling job. Holy
Right.
crap. And I found out that you can just do it. You don't need an in. When I was a kid, I thought it's like being a movie star.
You
need
gotta just have the
somebody-
right connections.
Yeah, to bring you on
Right.
stage and do it for you. I was like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to, perform.
and shit.
I was like, I don't know how PG-13 I want to go. Cut it if you don't want to. I was like, I don't know how to suck
Right.
dick in Hollywood. I sure can't try. My hair's soft. You know.
Yeah, we'll get there somehow.
Yeah, I was like, I'll make it happen.
No, that's really fucking great that you have that background, because that's why I went into cooking. Is I can cook anywhere, so if I want to pick up and move, I can. And that was one of the things that drew me to cooking. Was I wanted a creative outlet. I wanted something that I liked doing as a career, but I didn't know what the restaurant industry was like when I signed up for that. But I do love making food, and I love cooking for people, and I love that entertaining and that hosting. But I wouldn't have found all that if I wasn't like willing to get out of my small town, because I also grew up in a small town in the middle of bumfuck Pennsylvania, and it's a really racist, homophobic area, and I'm really happy to not be there anymore.
Right. No, I mean, shit, you'd be surprised how crazy Mesquite is.
The grill shut itself.
Hold that thought for 1 second. So let me put this down. Let me adjust my hands here. Cramping up a bit. 2 secs. Edit all this out, obviously. Resume.
Bent the fuck out of my spatula.
Oh,
The
no.
wind blew the grill shut.
It's been
Not the
dusty out.
spatula.
It's okay, I can flatten it back out.
Brandon, didn't you coming from? I remember when you started coming around and doing comedy. You would drive from Mesquite to Vegas just to do a set and drive home.
Yeah. For
How many?
5 minutes.
And how long of a drive is that from there and back? Isn't it 3-4 hours out of your night
3 hours round trip.
just to do a 5-minute
Oh
set?
my
When he
God.
started doing it like that, it's like, okay, there's some people that want to do it once a month, and there's some people that put more effort into it. And like anything, the more effort you put into it, you'll see it grow. Brad's been on tons and tons of shows.
Yeah,
Tons of shows.
And it's like, I don't know, I mean, I've always just looked at it like that, where it's like, something's sitting there, just reach and grab it, but you have to get up and reach and grab it. But I never really fully grasped that until I came to Vegas and I found some comics out here, not some comics, the dude, it's a comic we all know who was a comic, and then an agent, and then a this, and then a that, and there's all these other things, and I remember one night that really upset me was when he refused to get on a bus to host his open mic that everybody wanted to go to. It was a full lineup of people that were willing to go to the show, including me, and he couldn't get a ride, even though he asked for a ride from a bunch of people. He couldn't get a ride. He didn't live very far from it. He wouldn't get on a bus. He wouldn't get his way down there to make sure the show happened, so he shut everything down. He was like, we're not doing it tonight then. And it's like, everybody got screwed over. And I'm just like, I mean, Tanner did double. Tanner Tuttle, another local comedian out here, Cedar City, is double that. So whereas it took me 3 hours round trip, hour and a half there, hour and a half back, Tanner had to do 3 hours there, 3 hours back. So it's like, yeah, man, sometimes you just want it like really bad, and I did want it really bad. But sometimes you're like a dog catching the mail truck. You catch it and you're like, now what?
Right.
Right. Where do we go from here?
Because that's always the scary thing about comedy is nobody tells you that it's like you do this and then you do this and then you make it here like a job. You eventually get promoted. It's like no,
Yeah.
no. I mean, you either it's more like playing like a game of D&D. You make a choice, roll some dice. It either goes good or it goes bad, or you just altogether made the wrong decision. You could do coke with the wrong person, and now you just shut down your ability to get into a club. Or you could choose not to do coke with the wrong person, and now you're not cool. You just shut down your ability to get into a different club. It's like the politics are interesting and different.
Or you do coke with the right person.
Right. And then everything opens up. That happens too. That's always fun. That's how you, as the kids say, prove you're not a cop.
You're not.
Yeah. Which doesn't work on actual cops. I'm trying to
You know, unfortunately.
prove you're not a cop. They're like, sir, roll the window down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, that's been great. How long have you been living in Vegas for, man?
I moved here in 2000 from Santa Cruz, California. Before Vegas, I lived on a sailboat.
What?
Yeah, I lived on a 34-foot PAL, a sailboat.
You don't
for-
strike me as the kind of person who lives on a boat.
That's why my dad did it, because I was in San Jose, and I was just about getting ready to go into high school. He moved us onto a boat in Santa Cruz, and Brad, if I didn't live on that boat for 5 years, I would be 100% like Tom Baum. Just me and him we're from the same kind of way of living, but living in Santa Cruz on the coast made me learn a lot.
Is that what gives him wicked beard abilities?
yeah. But his show, that psychedelic show,
Right.
that's a fun. People gotta go. That's a fun show. That's a fun show. But when he talks, and I'm like, yeah, if I would have stayed adulthood in Santa Cruz, in San Jose, that it was such a really big difference from San Jose to Santa Cruz to being on the coast.
Yeah.
And the best 5 years of my life was living on that boat.
And you said that was the first 5 years of your life?
No, well, I was born in a bus in Mendocino. My parents were hippies.
So they were hippies or they were carnies? Because born on a bus, lived on a boat.
Yeah.
Like a folk song.
It was lived in a bus for the first 5 years of my life with my dad, and he was a teacher. Wow. And then when I got to be about in kindergarten, he got a job in San Jose. So from the second year in kindergarten all the way to 8th grade, I was in San Jose.
You say the second year is
Yeah, I did that twice. The first year was hard, but the second year.
The second time we came around, I mean, who can blame you? You did your homework on a short bus.
Yeah. And it was, I did, but to live on that boat for 5 years, I would recommend everybody to do that.
To live on a boat?
Yeah.
I mean,
For some portion of your
fun.
life.
Sailing is the favorite way to transport yourself on the water, I'd have to say.
It's fun, like how people say comedy is fun. It's fun, but it's work. It's like not like hey, I'm gonna have some fun. It's like, no, you're gonna be like armor rolling. You're gonna do armor roll on the boat and like doing teak wood repairs. So it's cool. It's really cool.
Right.
But
There's a lot of
maybe
maintenance.
if you get a chance to do like a Airbnb where you like get to go on a boat for a little bit. It's
Right.
cool. It's cool.
That
You
does
don't
sound
need,
like
it taught me if you live with small nuts, if you live with a small budget, you could do a whole bunch without having to put your money into something like this. 5,000 square foot house. No, it's a big home.
Yeah, it's like we could triple that with a boat.
Yeah.
You know,
Pontoon with a roof.
imagine the savings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So you went from a bus to a boat to Vegas
Yes.
in 2000.
Yeah, in 2000.
How racist did Las Vegas get in 2001?
I didn't even know in Santa
The
Cruz
towers
that there
fell?
was. Yeah, in Santa Cruz, I didn't even know that there was such thing. I guess I was sheltered. Such thing as racist stuff. But when I came out to Vegas, how people talk was different. I'm like, oh, I thought everybody was pursuing as hard as they could for whatever. I didn't know there was roadblocks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, because I remember when 2001 happened, and that happened while I was in first grade. So people were talking out of their ass, like small children saying some crazy stuff. So I was wondering, I was like, how was it as an adult? Was 7-Eleven lit?
Right.
You know? Like,
There's
oh.
always one family member that opens their mouth and says something weird, but for the most part, like I guess growing up by the water and growing up with everybody in my family, teachers, very liberal.
Oh, cool.
That yet to move to Vegas, it was a culture shock, but I was focused on. I met a girl and she got pregnant very fast.
Oh.
And we had a kid, and it was just like wake up, work, and raise a baby.
Damn.
Right.
Back in the
Getting
grind.
that
Yeah.
regular 9 to 5 in.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, nothing. I didn't. Yeah, I definitely didn't grow up in any boats or buses. I grew up in the LBC. Not far from. I grew up the first 3 years of my life in like Section 8, Long Beach, California, not far from the beach. The bad part you'd never want to go to, the one that's covered in like diapers on the beach and shit.
Yeah.
My sister told me because she knew she's 4 years older than me and has it much more vivid. So when I was 3, she's 7, right? So and she was like, "Yeah, we lived like 3 blocks away from where Snoop Dogg's grandma lived and shit. Like we were in the hood."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You just gotta pass walking around because you're a 2-3-year-old, so nobody's gonna ask where you're from when you're walking around in diapers, Winnie the Pooh in it, and just a shirt and diapers." But I grew up there. My mother raised both me and my sister until I hit 3, the age where she just couldn't really deal with me anymore, is what they say. She'd try to like punish me, like spank me because I go crazy. It was a terrible 3-year-old, like break shit, hurt people, crazy shit. And she could never punish me that would work. So she was like, "Hey, this guy fucked me a long time ago and made these children. I should give one of them to him, and then I'll raise the other one. You take the boy, I'll take the girl." So that's how it went. And then I moved to Salt Lake City, Utah. And I spent like a year there before I just moved to Mesquite. And I've been there from kindergarten till 23. And that
Do you
was
want to
when,
stay? You want to stay living in Vegas for a little longer, or with the situation you're in, you're gonna be?
I'm gonna be staying in Vegas a little longer, mainly until the stepkids at the very least, get old enough to get out of the house, and then we're probably gonna leave.
Okay.
I want to try to see what else is out there. Because remember, comedy, I did it for the adventure, and I feel kind of locked down. But I love my girlfriend, I love my little family, I love all that stuff. It's one of the reasons why I tell a lot of new comics, I'm just like, love will happen later. It'll happen later. Get famous now, it'll happen later. Because once you fall in love, a lot of times you'll think to yourself, it's like, yeah, going on stage in front of 100 people cheering is cool, but also cuddling up and watching the new anime with my girlfriend's also like little better.
Right.
So I'm just like, it'll stifle you, and it's not in a bad way, but it's one of those things where it's like my girlfriend works remote and she makes some good fucking money. So as soon as the time comes and those kids are out at 18, that we're dipping wherever. I mean, Japan's on the table. You know, they have a small digital nomad tax, but other than that, you know, there's so many things on the table with her making the money she makes from remotely, as long as the company doesn't go under.
Brad, and then you can fix stuff wherever you're at.
Yeah, I can fix anything.
Well, I have good news, gentlemen. We have food.
That's
Nice.
delicious.
I've done the thing,
That looks delicious, man.
but we are going to do a little bit more hands-on.
We're gonna tell Grace.
No.
Who's that?
We
from?
are going to. I'm going to let you guys build your own, however you want. I got some a nice just red tomato here, cut up, some pickles, green leaf lettuce,
Perfect.
condiments, however you like.
Labels.
These are nice Kaiser rolls toasted with butter, and then the burgers that we made with some provolone cheese and the bacon I cooked up. So yeah, grab a plate, start however you want to build. I'm gonna jump in here.
Doesn't Kaiser mean king in Tesla, Tom? It's like he says it right. Look at that. Thank you so much.
Sam's like, I'm just using this plate. Get your paper plates.
I had a big plate.
Oh, thank you so
There you
much,
go.
Simon.
Heck yeah, man. This is way better. When I had burgers growing up and stuff, my dad would always like we never got the tubed ones, but we got the cellophane wrapped
Yep.
stuff. But we did, man, on bread. Sara Lee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and it would always just mush. He was always we'd mush it down before he gave it to me, so it didn't like fall apart as you tried to pick it up, and you just see it just soak through all the bread, and it was like, so this is amazing, dude. I was like, I can't cook anything but breakfast materials.
Breakfast is great. I worked in a diner for a while, and I genuinely fell in love with making breakfast because I also get to work diner hours, like breakfast hours.
Right.
And normally in the restaurant industry, you get no life. And so I got addicted. I'm just going to palm this.
Yeah, good.
I got addicted to working breakfast. And so I ended up, the last job I was at, I couldn't get breakfast because of what the job was, but I could get the earliest hours. I could get like 8 to 4. Also, there's exactly enough bacon for everyone to have 2 strips.
Perfect.
I bought the good bacon because I like that.
Yeah, it looks like good bacon.
It was bacon that I had to buy by the strip.
Right. I was like, it looks like the Primo. So it looks like a pork belly straight up.
Yeah, no, it's the actual like meat counter bacon where they
Yeah.
have
You
it
gotta
fresh.
cut it for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice juicy burger. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Bon appetit.
as you guys dig in as you see fit, and let me know what you think.
I'm the slowest burger maker
That's the
ever.
best burger I've ever had.
I'm so good. I know how to do electrical, or I'm so lucky I know how to do electrical because I would not make it in the burger making industry.
Can you pass me that Dijon mustard?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God, Sire! Thank you for reminding me. That's what I forgot.
It's the good stuff.
I forgot the Dijon.
The great pearl. Not just any Dijon. The best Dijon. There you go, bro. Heck yeah.
You're a good cook.
Megan.
Even better lover.
Oh no! How did you find out?
You're gonna remember.
Get Brad Golby on my OnlyFans.
We do more with these burgers. We make smash burgers.
Jesse, when you came to comedy, what place did you come out to do it?
When I was playing around with the comedy scene, I went to what was the one that it was? I think it was at the Gold Rush in Henderson. Marcus Dietz was doing it.
Yeah, Dietz and Chris Spring.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Spring's still running something right now.
Okay, and then I came to the one that was going on at Noreen's,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Noreen's, my
R.I.P.
Steelers bar. I miss you. And then also the one that Ryan was putting on at the Sand Dollar.
Yeah.
Those were the 3 that I was hitting on.
I love
like
when
that
my
Sand
memories
Dollar.
of Sand
Yeah,
Dollar.
Sand Dollar is best bar in Vegas. But you get it. Oh, we're still waiting for Brad.
I'm sorry, I know. That's why it's like, fuck.
I'm over here like in the like I gotta eat like a cook. I gotta get back on the line, guys. I gotta get back on the line.
We got shit to
Holy
do.
shit, that's delicious. Wow. Oh
Best
my
burger
God.
I've had in my entire life.
Mhm.
You see how mixing the seasonings in really lets it bloom in flavor?
Yeah, dude, you can really taste it all.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna tear into the food. I'm gonna make sure Ryan behind the camera gets a burger and get him fed. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a wonderful experience, and yeah, can't wait to do it again.
I just want to plug your shows.
Oh yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't you say that too?
Yeah. Gentlemen, you have shows and stuff. Please, plug away. What is your next show? What do you got coming up?
And your
You got-
social media too.
You guys can find me at Sam Lundstead on Instagram, Sam Lundstead on TikTok, and also Sam Lundstead on Facebook. LUNDSTEDT.
Oh, we'll have links. We'll have links below.
I can edit this if you want to take a second to finish your food, and then you can.
Yes, please.
This is live. This is live. This is I can edit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If you want to really brace yourself, or I can cut to Brad since he's not
Yes, go
eating.
ahead.
Let's go to
Yeah,
Brad
yeah.
first.
Hey, what's up? Yeah,
Brad Golby on Instagram. I'm Brad_Golby. That's where I usually promote where I'm gonna be, is on Instagram. I need to cross-platform that. I kind of just watch people on Facebook, but on Instagram I post where I'm gonna be. I host an open mic every Monday night at the Huntridge at the corner of Maryland and Charleston. Come on through. The parking is huge and free. The drinks are cheap as hell, cheaper than anywhere else. There was one place I went to, and they were the same amount, like same price as drinks, and I was just like, oh, this is why people stay over here late. And then apparently it was a happy hour. The prices doubled, went up to $6. So come on through, cheap drinks, cool fucking vibe. We smoke cigarettes inside. I'll get you high. You can come do some time. Other than that, catch me popping up at like random club events and stuff like that. I love popping up on the Rumble. That's what we've talked about. You can go check that out at Wise Guys in the Arts District. Other than that, just keep an eye out for me in the obituaries, you know?
Oh my god.
Right on. That's good. Okay, so I have a guest host at Wise Guys, and also I'm going to be on the Berlin show with K Bank Show on Tuesdays. It's an opportunity where you can do a little bit longer time. So take advantage of going out and seeing live comedy. You'll find me on Sam Lundstedt on Instagram and TikTok, but honestly, I live in your heart.
Live Moss.
There you go. A man who looks like Jesus and a man who lives in you like Jesus. On the first show.
Zion, did you have any closing words that you want to say?
No wisdom. Zion is lost in the burger. Half of it is gone.
Right here.
Alright. Say that one more time. Sorry.
This burger is busting. Thank you guys for coming out. Oh.
Wonderful.
Alrighty, guys.
One more boy.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a wonderful show. Sorry for the false ending. We're doing the first one, but hey, I'll catch you around next time.
That's going to be really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Came out delicious.
Now I'm going to grab a chair and Brian immediately drop that camera and get over here and get some food.
Say bye to the live stream. Bye, everybody. Great job, everybody. Those